Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into the fascinating world of mythology. Myths are those age old stories that swirl around different cultures, telling us about gods, heroes, and legendary creatures. They've shaped societies, inspired art, and even helped people make sense of the world around them. So let's explore some really interesting facts about mythology that'll make you see these tales in a whole new light. So, what exactly is mythology? At its core, mythology is a collection of traditional stories that often involve supernatural beings or events. These stories explain how the world came to be, why people exist, and how the natural order works. Like why the sun rises and sets. There's a common misconception that mythology is the same as religion, but it's more about the narratives and cultural stories that can exist alongside religious beliefs. You've got different types of myths too, like creation myths that explain how everything started, hero myths featuring brave warriors on epic quests, and even those classic flood myths. Myths played a huge role in ancient societies. Imagine living without science or technology to explain natural phenomena. People relied on myths to understand lightning, earthquakes, and seasonal changes. These stories helped communities bond together, creating a shared identity. Plus, mythology influenced art and literature immensely. Think of all those ancient sculptures, paintings, and plays inspired by mythological tales. Many of these myths were passed down orally for generations before being written down, making them a key part of human history and culture. Let's get to some cool facts about specific mythologies, shall we? Greek mythology. First up, Greek mythology. Did you know that the word oracle stems from these ancient tales? Oracles were sacred locations where individuals sought wisdom from the gods, like the famous Oracle of Delphi. And speaking of wisdom, have you heard of Heracles? His wild adventures can definitely keep you on your toes, especially that legendary 12 labors. And don't get me started on Persephone. Her story of the changing seasons is a beautiful blend of joy and sadness. Norse mythology. Next, let's talk Norse mythology. A fun tidbit: the days of the week we use today have roots here. For example, Wednesday is literally Odin's Day. And oh, the concept of Ragnarok, which is the end of the world in Norse myths, is both epic and terrifying. Think of it as the Norse version of the ultimate showdown, where gods and monsters clash. Egyptian mythology. Now, on to Egyptian mythology. Did you know that the afterlife was super important to ancient Egyptians? They believed in a detailed afterlife and had a guidebook called the Book of the Dead. It was like a manual for navigating the afterlife. Plus, deities like Osiris, the god of the afterlife, and his wife Isis were central to their beliefs. Their stories often revolved around agriculture, symbolizing life and rebirth. Indigenous mythologies. Let's not forget the rich tapestry of indigenous mythologies. Many Native American tribes have incredible storytelling traditions, where myths explain the world in unique and beautiful ways. Animals play significant roles too, representing various traits and lessons. These stories reflect respecting nature and the interconnectedness of all living beings. So, how does all this ancient mythology carry over into our modern lives? Well, think about it. We see myths everywhere. In books like the Percy Jackson series, where Greek gods are just as relatable as your favorite high schoolers. In films, the Marvel Universe has superheroes influenced by Norse gods, and we love it. Video games like God of War also dive deep into these tales, making them interactive adventures. Plus, mythological themes often pop up in psychology and modern philosophy, showing that these stories still resonate today. All right, myth lovers, let's recap. Mythology is a treasure trove of stories that reveal the soul of ancient cultures. From explaining the world to influencing art and modern media, these tales are timeless. I encourage you to dive deeper into the myths from various cultures and discover the wealth of storytelling waiting for you. Share your favorite myths or characters in the comments below. If you enjoyed this journey through mythology, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and share this video with your friends who might love these tales. Stay tuned for our next adventure, where we'll explore a specific mythology in more detail. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.